Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you like my videos, please don't forget to give them the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow. So this video may be a little bit off because it's taken me 4 days to do this video, I think, because of my shoulder issue. So this is, as you further on, you'll see, I taught you how to embroider on your slow stitch piece. I wasn't too keen about how my branches came out. So just like that, just like anything that we do, we can cover them up. So I turned this into a vase. The only thing I think that I might change, I might add a little bit of yellow in here. I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure if I like how the green stem is popping out like that. So today I'm going to show you how to incorporate the lazy daisy stitch and the back stitch to create something that looks like a nice spray of lavender. So you guys go ahead and grab yourself some paper, because I'm going to create just a little leaves or stems rather for it. So I like to go in odd numbers. So we're going to do 5. I'm going to do one this way, 2, 3, I'm not even liking this, 4, 5. Let's try this again. I think we'll use that one. Let's just try it once more. That's actually, I think, a little bit better. So now you want to go and get your fabric that you're going to work with. So let me go grab something. So I'm going to use this piece of muslin. It's a cheap piece, and you really don't need anything expensive. You really don't. Because what we'll end up doing is taking the piece and transferring it onto our project. So let's see if I can see through this. I was hoping to be able to really be able to see. I think I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my erasable pen. Somebody was raving about these pilot ones. I think it might have been Anne from Old Lucina. Guys, I feel bad. I haven't had a minute to get on here. I have been down with, unfortunately, a pinched nerve in my neck. Today, I'm feeling a little better, and I'm supposed to go to the doctor for it tomorrow, but we'll see if it goes away. I'd love it to go away on its own, but it's been over a week now. Now let's see how we get these to, I don't think they're a push, not pushing. All right. Let's see if it says how to do this. That is really strange. Clicker. Why isn't it clicking? Does it click here? What the heck? Let's try another one. I've got to be a goofus to not know. How to make this pen come out. Guys, I'll be right back until I figure this out. Don't laugh at me. I cannot figure this out. I got the pen to open, but I cannot figure it out. My husband's good with this stuff, and let me tell you, it's a darn pen. It shouldn't take rocket science. Oh boy. So now I'm just going to go to my old one. The one that is the cheaper one. It's not that great, but this is just a refill. So let me get this going first on here. There we go. So now what I'm going to try to do is, oh, that's even going to work. I'd like to try to copy this. if possible. That's going to be close enough. So I'm going to just make it so you can see the stems down here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me go set up my inks. Not my inks. My needle and thread, and I'll be right back. So I drew it on here, and I changed it up a little bit. So these are gonna be the stems. And I chose this really pretty lavender, because it is gonna be lavender sprigs. And then a nice pretty green that I thought would look nice together for the stem. I didn't want to go too dark on the stem. So what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna take any of this away, meaning separate the thread. I'm just going to use this as is, because I want the stem to be a little bit heavier looking than my lavender buds. So then I'm going to attempt to thread this. Never done it on here. It's very difficult for me to stitch on here, because I usually take my glasses off and hold it really close to my face. My husband's like, why don't you use your bifocals, whatever they are, and I can't do it. And this is going to give me a hard time threading, I think. Let's see. Whoop. Some of them came through. Okay, there we go. I think I got them. Yep, I do. All right, so basically you're going to do your straight stitch, which I believe I taught you guys the straight stitch before. But we're going to go in. By the way, this is erasable, so I'm not worried about the pen. And I still haven't figured out how to open the other ones. My husband's going to laugh at me. I'm laughing at myself anyways over it. All right, so we're going to go in. And then what we're going to do is take our needle, and you can do this if you have a thin piece of fabric to go through, but it's not so easy when your fabric gets thicker. And I can't believe I just pulled that. Oh, after all that work. See, I'm all thumbs with this. So I started doing the stem stitch. Let me see if I can zoom in even a little more. And I like this stitch. It's a relatively easy stitch. And as you can tell, it makes great stems. I believe I showed you guys in one of the videos, but I'll show you again. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle. Guys, my hands are really not good because of my pinched nerve, so bear with me if I fumble here. And you're going to pull, but you're not going to pull totally through. You're going to see this, and you want this loop like this, okay? And then you're going to go where the last stitch was. See if you can see me do this. Right there. And you want the loop to go in the front, on the same direction every time. So I'll show you. And you know what? I forgot which direction I did it, so. Oh, there we go. There. I did this on a piece of cheap muslin, and you know what? Don't do it on muslin. See, you get all these pieces that want to get stuck in there. So next time, use a piece of linen or cotton or something. All right, so I'll give you, again, we're going to go in, give it a little bit of space, pull it through, but we're going to leave the loop. We'll have it going. All the loops need to go in the same direction. So if you're going, you can do a bottom loop if you prefer to have your loop on the bottom, but I'm just doing the top one up on top. So let's get this pulled a little. There we go. I wasn't even going to come on. I got back from the doctor for my neck. And they gave me 5 days of prednisone. And I still need to do... Oops, see, look what I just did. See, I can't pay attention. I still need to do the muscle relaxers. And then they want me to go to PT. So let's go back now. And I'll rethread this. Hold on. All right, let's try this again. And in between, I'm going to try to come up with our next thing that we're doing. The needle keep. So we want to go right in here. And after I'm done with this, all I need to do is put this over the iron. And you won't even see it. Okay, in through there. What did I do? There we go. All right. I'm wiped, guys. All right. Then we're going to pull. And I only came on to show you guys because I want to go in and finish my stems. Because I really can't do too much standing. Or I hurt. And then we want to go back to where that other one came out. Or as close to it as possible. And it creates a great little stem. And I'm going to do that all the way up and across with the other ones as well. This green I'm using, I actually ended up, I was going to do it again. I actually ended up using a few different colors. This is a variegated green. So the greens are different colors, which I thought was kind of cool. And then go back. And I think that's going to be the only one I'm going to do. And then I'll come back and show you how to add the lavender buds. Again, I usually do this sitting down and in front of my, with my glasses off and close to my eyes. So hopefully I'm in the screen. I'll do one more. In. Make sure I was going in the right way this time. And I found if you trim your fabric down, it's easier. I kept sewing, it was a little longer on one side, and I kept sewing the fabric, the flapping end piece through. And then, there we go. Okay, and I will be back with the next steps. Okay, I'm back, and it's 2 days later. I've been really having trouble with my my back. So here I am. I'm not in my craft room. I'm actually in my living room, and you may hear my dogs walking about, and who knows, the cat may even come visit. So I have the stems done. Actually, I guess I don't. I have a little bit more to do here. But what I'm going to do is when I'm done with these stems on the bottom, I'm going to take this fabric and I'm going to move it down so we just have this area to work with. So I'll take it out and then rehoop it. I'll do that right now. and I can finish those after. So we want these basically to be place we can do our lavender leaf flowers on. Yeah, that looks good. Just want to make sure, oh, it should be down a little bit further. I like these little hoops. Anne from Old Lucina recommended them on one of her YouTubes. And you know what? They're easy to work with. I think it's a lot easier than the bigger hoops, especially when you're doing some smaller projects. There, now I have access to all of these. And I can start creating my lavender flowers. Just need to tighten that. I may have to go and readjust that after. But I'm going to start with the center. So I'm going to tighten that. And then as I tighten it, I'm going to go around. I don't know if I think I mentioned before, don't use a cheap cloth like I did. This was just a cheap piece of, what do you call it, broadcloth or muslin. You know, that's why when I do my kits, I try to give you guys like a nice linen napkin or something. Nice and sturdy or 100% cotton to work on. This one's kind of flimsy. There. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let's just pretend that's finished. See, it's been a crazy few days. They put me on prednisone for 5 days and muscle relaxes, and I'll tell you guys, I don't know what I did, but I did it good. So I've been watching some videos, possibly all of you guys' videos. I'm not going to separate the purple. I'm just going to use the whole piece. Sometimes you go and separate it, but I want it to be bulky and chunky. I'm not going to be able to do this, am I? So what we're going to do, and I think I might have even taught you guys, is I got to do this. Right. Hold on, I did it. I think I showed you guys the Lazy Daisy stitch. The Lazy Daisy stitch and this stitch, there's so many things you can do with those stitches and make it look really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Lazy Daisy here. So I'm going to go right up to the top of this, and I'm not going to make them huge either. Sometimes I knot this. I probably should have on the back. I still have my green so I can finish the stems. So, you know what? Let's knot it so that way I can just pull and not pay attention to it. Some lady had a cool trick on knotting and also threading, but I couldn't figure it out. I have a special thing that threads my thread, but you know what? I'm sitting on my recliner and a little lazy. All right, we got that. Now I can just pull until I feel it. There. All right. And what I did is I forgot to show you guys. I went back down. I forgot to turn the camera on, actually. I went back down through the same hole. Can you see that? Where I came up, I went right down, probably just right next to it, so you can't even tell. And I'm going to have this loop here. So I'm going to pull this, and this is going to form my little daisy stem, but it's going to be a lavender stem. Let's see, I'm going to pull. And I don't want it to be too big. I think that might be, let's see, the trick. So then I'm going to go back through. That's even a little big. There we go. I'm going to go back through I'm struggling with this, guys, with my fingers. Hopefully you can see. Whoops. So I'm going to go back through here, and I'm going to catch the loop. See me catching that loop? Like that. Then I'm going to go up and pull. Make it nice and not too tight, because you don't want that. You want that loop. So tight enough. And then you're going to go back through the top of it, not through the middle, but through the top of the bud, right there, and that's going to stabilize it in. And pull. I made this too long. I get lazy. I don't like to thread. So there's our first one right there. So we can either just do one side, or we can stagger and just go both sides. So let's do this again. Let's just do it right here. And then I'm going to set you guys on your own. So I want it to be pretty close to the other one. And close in size, I think. It's going to go in. And this is the first time I've made this, so it's not going to be perfect. And then I'm going to go back next to it. Whoops. I almost poked my finger. See, I'm used to having it right up to my face. And that's not good, but I usually put it literally right up to my face. Take my glasses off. So I'm going to pull. Remember, this is where we're going to create that loop. I think I like doing these Stitch With Me. I'll call them Stitch With Me. That's what I'm going to call these. Stitch With Me tutorials on my chair, because I can sit down and do it. Usually I stand up, and I could do it in my craft room, but I've got my sewing machines on the table and stuff. Oh, so I wanted to talk to you guys, I think I did, about the kits I'm making. It's going to take me a little bit. I had to order some stuff, and somebody was asking how much they're going to be. The antique ones I'm going to keep under $100, but as you guys know, anything antique, it's not very easy to come by, and it's very expensive. So I've come up with a plan so we can actually, I'll give you two choices of size that you want for your antique one. I'm only going to do a few of them because I don't have a lot of antique stuff that I have. So I'm only going to do a few of them. And when they're gone, they're gone. So if anybody is interested, you let me know. So the smaller kit will be half the size of the Victorian quilt block. And the large kit will be the whole size. So it's going to all depend on what exactly you want your project to be. Do you want it a larger needle keep, or do you want it a small pocket one? I tend to like the larger ones because I put it in my stitch bag. It's in the kitchen, so I can't really show you. But I like it because it fits in there. But again, it's totally up to you, and I'm going to try very hard to have at least one of the kits under $100. Also, I'm doing antique, obviously, but antique is 100 years old. I may find something that's 90 years old or 80 or around that time period and put it in the antique one, because it's very hard to get all antique. So I'm going to call it antique/vintage. And you will have quite a bit of antique lace in there because I've collected quite a bit. But like I said, I'm going to make it antique vintage. So that way I'm not going crazy. And to be honest with you, when I'm told something is antique, sometimes it is only 80 or 90 years old. I mean, if you think about it, I feel antique to my grandson, and I'm 57. So, I don't 100% know if these things are antique, but they've been sold to me as antique, and they're exquisite. They are absolutely beautiful. And some of them I have a lot of. And what I decided I'm going to do, instead of hoarding all my favorite laces, I am actually going to, probably this winter, I've decided I'm going to make a little lace, like a lace journal that holds all my favorite laces, because I don't want to be that person that doesn't use their laces. And I feel like I'm starting to get to be that person. So that's not too good. I'm just trying to fix this loop because I want it to be a little bit bigger. And I kind of want it to go right there. Now my loops, I'd rather have them go down a little bit, so I may have to fix them as I go. But again, this is supposed to be slow stitching, mindless stitching. So we need to keep that in mind, that it doesn't have to be perfect. Usually I'm faster than this, but I'm really fumbling. My fingers are actually numb. Oh no, what did I do here? This is why don't do what Lisa does, and do not get a long piece of thread. Make it shorter. It's easier to manage shorter. But I'll figure it out. But you guys have the idea of this, and yeah, so I'm super excited about doing this along with you guys. And I'm going to try to come up with a few stitches each time. How does that sound? You guys, thanks for watching. I got to clean up this mess and figure out what I did. Stay tuned. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.